This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
Next on the 5 o'clock report.
Instead of spending $500 a week in gas, go down to $300. That'd be perfect.
We've seen the clouds rotating and sucking up, and then I seen trees flying past the window.
American heavy metal right there. It's just an awesome piece of machinery. Nothing like it in the world.
No matter how your day started, we want you to start fresh.
Now, let's go to the newsroom.
Good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Family Life News anchor Sarah Harnish. Last night was President Trump's 80th birthday, and in his honor, a UFC fight on the south lawn of the White House. Less than 18 hours later, the president is on the ground in France at the G7 summit. The talk of the trip, a deal on the war in Iran.
Hopefully it's going to be a good relationship and we're going to get along. And if we don't, we go back to where we started, but I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Trump says he believes the final deal will be signed and sealed later this week in Switzerland. The Strait of Hormuz is already partially open for business.
Essentially, ships are starting to go out now. On Friday, it'll be completely open.
That strait has a direct impact on gas prices. On Sunday, gas dipped below $4 a gallon nationally for the first time since April. Drivers are ready.
We need it, because paying like almost $5 is insane. I'm already thinking of getting on EV car.
It's been taking a lot of money out of our pockets.
It would help out significantly. Instead of spending $500 a week in gas, just go down to $300. That'd be perfect, or whatever it is, just some kind of break.
Fox business analyst David Asman says if Iran puts its name on a deal this week, he's predicting an even bigger price plummet.
If the paper is signed on Friday, we're going to see this thing stick, and you're going to see it really come down dramatically. Gas prices always follow oil prices by several days, if not a week.
There was an unusual thank you this morning from the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, to all Americans who waited out high gas prices.
The primary message to the American people is thank you. Because of your patience, I think that we've solved a problem that has plagued this country well before I was even born.
Vance says Middle East peace will equal lower gas prices globally. California's Governor Gavin Newsom says the U.S. Justice Department has launched an investigation of his family. ABC's Alex Malin.
This investigation is looking into Gavin Newsom's wife's taxes. It's really unclear whether prosecutors have amassed any evidence that would suggest they are going to seek an indictment against Gavin Newsom, and he is framing this as a campaign of retribution by President Trump.
Newsom has not officially declared a campaign for president, but is actively exploring and considering a run for the 2028 election. In Southern California, officials at Edwards Air Force Base say a B-52 crashed shortly after takeoff today. No word on what happened. The airbase, located 2 hours northeast of Los Angeles. The Air Force and NASA conduct test flights of developmental aircraft there. The UK is the latest country to put a ban on minors under the age of 16 using social media. UK's Prime Minister Keir Starmer says big tech can make great products and protect children.
I do not accept, and I will never accept, that you can't be both pro-tech and AI and at the same time say we must protect our children. In fact, when I look at the brilliance of the innovators in AI and tech, I know very well that it is possible to do both.
Meta, YouTube, and Snapchat have already responded, warning the ban will drive children to, quote, less safe services. A 1,000-year-old Ukrainian monastery in the heart of Kyiv is on fire following a Russian attack that killed 4 and wounded 20 in the capital. The Monastery of the Caves is a major holy site for Eastern Orthodox Christianity and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Firefighters say they now have the blaze under control, and because the vault held, it prevented a total collapse and structural failure. ABC's Tom Sufi-Burrage says Russia is in trouble.
The war on the front lines isn't going Russia's way. They're not taking very much territory at all. Even more recently, the Ukrainians have been pushing the Russians back in certain areas. And back at home, Vladimir Putin has his own problems to contend with. Most of those problems are caused by the war. The Russian economy is not in a great shape.
And a new study by Communio post shows couples who skip cohabitation and premarital sex face 60 to 80% lower divorce rates. They found 70% of engaged couples that seek premarital counseling are already living together, but that number is dropping as more young people return to church. Still to come on the 5 o'clock report, earthquakes and tornadoes in Pennsylvania, hunting licenses to go on sale soon, and Big Boy has made it to Scranton. Those stories after weather.
Hi, I'm Kevin Williams, and here is your Family Life regional weather forecast. The call for tonight, some evening cloudiness, patchy cloud cover, but turning out mainly clear overnight. Low temperatures, 50s for most, 40s in some of the rural valleys. For tomorrow, a fair amount of sunshine, milder than it was today, with high temperatures into the 70s. Then some cloudiness tomorrow night and Wednesday. A couple of showers, could be a rumble of thunder. A high Wednesday in the 70s. Widespread showers and some thunderstorms expected on Thursday.
Thank you, Kevin. Checking the stories making news where you live across New York and Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is second in the nation for power outages at this hour as people recover from strong storms that tore through last night, dropping hail and tornadoes.
We've seen the clouds rotating and sucking up, and then I seen trees flying past the window.
Jessica Hoog says National Weather Service teams are surveying their farm today in Worth Township, Butler County.
The roof is completely in the pasture. We have sheds that are completely gone, roofs off of the barn, trees down on power lines.
So far, a tornado was confirmed in the Anita Knoxdale area of Jefferson County, as well as one in a forested area outside Punxsutawney. Greg Keppel's father-in-law lost a 100-year-old barn.
Been in the family forever. It blew the back of the roof right off so quickly. Blink of an eye. I mean, it can change everything.
Keppel says they'll rebuild and the new barn will stand another 100 years.
We have neighbors. We'll rally. We'll get it fixed.
12,000 people in Pennsylvania still have no power. An earthquake was reported this morning near the Pennsylvania border with Maryland. The Maryland Department of Natural Resources saying a magnitude 2.4 quake struck 8 kilometers northwest of Bel Air North at 11:02 a.m. That's 17 miles from the border. No word on any damages. 3 people are dead after a one-car crash in the town of Stafford in western New York. It happened early Sunday. A 2012 Nissan Altima driven by 23-year-old Joseph Martinez. A Pavilion was traveling north on Prohl Road when Martinez drove off the road and struck a tree. He and 2 other passengers, 23-year-old Dylan Pearson and 22-year-old Megan Merrill, both from Batavia, were all pronounced dead at the scene. The New York legislature may not be in session, but New York Governor Kathy Hochul is. She must decide what to do with more than 750 bills that were passed by lawmakers this year. The governor has until the end of the year to act. Hochul spokesman Brian Leswing.
The governor has 3 options: to sign it, to veto it, or the third option is to negotiate over kind of what that final legislation looks like.
One of the bills on the governor's desk is legislation to ban surveillance pricing, which uses personal data to set prices at grocery stores. Lindsay Owens is executive director of Groundwork Collaborative.
Governors across this country face a choice: stand up for consumers who want to keep prices low and want to keep these invasive technologies out of their shopping experience, or side with industry.
The governor must also decide a 1-year moratorium on the construction of any AI data centers in the Empire State. Pennsylvania hunting licenses go on sale soon. The Game Commission said today hunting and trapping licenses will go on sale Monday, June 22nd at 8 a.m. There are changes to the season this year, including all hunting seasons being open on Sunday, save migratory birds. Hunters can get their license in person at any of the 500 commercial licensing agents statewide. New York Attorney General Tish James joined Democratic Congressman Pat Ryan and State Senator Michelle Hinchey outside of Planned Parenthood in Kingston over the weekend. They were there to promote expanded access to abortion drugs and telehealth abortion services. Congressman Ryan is sponsoring legislation to expand access to the abortifacient mifepristone. More than half of all abortions today involve drugs, not surgery. And Union Pacific's Big Boy, number 4014, the Goliath steam engine from World War II, is on display for 2 weeks at the Steamtown Historic Site in Scranton, Pennsylvania. People who went to see it Sunday are ecstatic.
Look at that thing. That's like American heavy metal right there. It's just an awesome piece of machinery. Nothing like it in the world.
I drove all the way down here just for this because I grew up around here, and seeing this thing come here, I couldn't miss it.
The train was one of 25 big boys built. There are 8 remaining, including one in Scranton, but 4014 is the only one that's up and running. Jeremy Comas is the Steamtown National Historic Site superintendent.
Steamtown National Historic Site is the only place that 2 big boys can sit next to each other on the rail. So having 4014 pull in right beside 4012 yesterday for the sibling reunion was just an amazing sight.
He recommends you pay a visit to Scranton if you want a closer peek.
The Union Pacific and the Norfolk Southern teams will be here on the ground talking to the visitors. Big Boy is going to be steamed up. You can come down and hear the whistle, which everybody loves to hear.
Big Boy's Coast to Coast tour is in celebration of America's 250th anniversary. Next at 5, issues in education with Dr. Ralph Kerr of the Teaching and Learning Institute and our own Bob Price. You won't feel the heat outside today. It is cloudy with a touch of chill, but last week was so hot that some schools dismissed early for the year. Let's listen in.
Some schools actually had early dismissal, and that has us wondering, what is the law regarding what's allowed when it comes to hot temperatures in classrooms, and whose job is it anyway, the teacher or the administration, to find an alternative learning spot?
Well, that's an interesting question. This law actually has been in place since September of last year. What it says is that if the temperature in a classroom gets to be 82, then schools. So that doesn't really answer your question whether it's the administrator or the teacher. It just says schools must take steps to relocate the students and the staff when practical. Now, that practical thing makes a difference to me. I mean, it would be wonderful if it just happens that you have a group of trees outside your classroom and you could go out and have the students sit under the tree. That would be a nice atmosphere. Maybe take the students to the gym because it's a larger space and it might be cooler in there. But it's a problem. It's difficult to teach and also to learn when you're really uncomfortable in the heat.
You can hear the entire interview with Dr. Ralph Kerr and Issues in Education and all of our Family Life original news features at Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, or at familylife.org.
Investing isn't just about returns. It can be an act of worship. Hi, I'm Rob West with the Faith and Finance Minute. Colossians 3:17 says, whatever you do, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus. That includes how we invest. It's not just a financial decision, it can be a spiritual one. When we invest, we direct resources into businesses and ideas that help shape the world around us. At its best, investing can create jobs, meet needs, and serve communities. It's one way we seek the welfare of the city, as Jeremiah 29:7 teaches. That means investing begins with a better question. Not only what will this earn, but also how can this serve? So invest wisely, invest prayerfully, and remember your portfolio isn't just growing wealth, it's advancing God's purposes. We can help you learn to manage your money according to biblical principles when you download the free FaithFi app. You'll find it on our website at faithfi.com.
Finally, at 5, the school year is wrapping up. One group of moms are making it their mission to make the morning a good morning for elementary kids at Greenwood Elementary in Kentucky. They greet them at the school once a month with a rally and Your Important signs at 8 a.m. The goal is to give a big boost to the little faces. It's called Mornings with Moms.
Being a mom, I know how hectic the mornings can be. They get on the bus, they might be in their thoughts, and then they get here and they see this pool of people here to say hello, and you can just see their face just light up.
This mom speaking words of life over those kids.
I usually scream with excitement, but I always tell them to have a great day. No matter how your day started, we want you to start fresh.
Just a few moms making a difference in Kentucky. And that's the world that we live in for Monday, the 15th of June. I'm Sarah Harnish, and this is Family Life News.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.